Her baby was stillborn, but kept appearing in her dreams. Her baby was born silent, no first breath, no cry, no chance at life. But 3 days later, little Emma appeared in her mother's dreams, speaking words that would heal a broken heart and reveal the deepest mystery of existence. This isn't just about loss. This is about love that transcends the boundaries between worlds. Her name was Sarah Chen, 34 years old, 9 months pregnant with her first child. The pregnancy had been perfect. Every checkup normal, every ultrasound showing a healthy growing baby girl. Sarah and her husband Michael had prepared everything. The nursery painted soft pink, tiny clothes folded and waiting. A crib positioned to catch the morning light. "Dear Buddha," Sarah would whisper each night, hands on her belly. "Thank you for this precious soul. Help me be the mother she deserves." But at 38 weeks, something went wrong. The baby stopped moving. The heartbeat faded. The dreams died. Emma Rose Chen was born on a Tuesday morning, perfectly formed, beautifully peaceful, but already gone. Sarah held her daughter for 2 hours, memorizing her tiny fingers, her delicate eyelashes, her perfect lips that would never speak. "Why?" Sarah whispered to the universe. "Why give her to me just to take her away?" The grief was unlike anything Sarah had imagined. Not just sadness, complete devastation. Every room in their house echoed with absence. The nursery became a shrine to dreams that died. Baby clothes remained folded, waiting for arms that would never wear them. Michael tried to be strong, but Sarah watched him break quietly, saw him stare at the empty crib with eyes that had lost their light. "Maybe we should try again," he said after weeks of silence. But Sarah couldn't imagine loving another child. How could she risk this pain again? How could she open her heart to another soul who might leave just as suddenly? "Dear Buddha," she prayed through tears, "I don't understand your plan. I don't understand why you brought her so close just to take her home. Please help me find meaning in this darkness." 3 months after Emma's death, something extraordinary began happening. Sarah started having dreams. Not nightmares about loss, dreams filled with light. In the first dream, she found herself in a beautiful garden, flowers blooming in colors she'd never seen, a warmth that felt like pure love. And there was Emma, not as a newborn, but as a luminous being of about 5 years old, radiating joy and peace. "Mama," Emma said with a voice like music, "why are you so sad?" Sarah tried to speak but couldn't find words. Emma smiled and took her hand. "I'm not gone, Mama. I'm just in a different room, a room where there's no pain, no fear, only love." Sarah woke with tears on her cheeks. But for the first time in months, they weren't tears of despair. They were tears of recognition. The dreams continued. Every few nights, Emma would visit. Sometimes they would walk together in that garden. Sometimes they would sit by a stream that sang with voices of angels. Sometimes Emma would simply hold Sarah's hand and fill her with a peace she'd never known. But the dream that changed everything came 6 months after Emma's death. In this dream, Emma appeared older, wiser, surrounded by a light that seemed to come from within. "Mama," she said gently, "I need to tell you something important. I chose you. I chose Papa. I chose this journey." Sarah felt confused. But why choose to leave so soon? Why choose to cause us such pain? Emma's expression filled with infinite compassion. Sometimes souls come to earth not to live long lives, but to teach profound lessons. My lesson wasn't about growing up. It was about love. She paused, letting the words sink deep. Buddha taught that love is the only truth. Everything else is illusion. I came to show you and Papa that love doesn't need time to be complete. Love doesn't need years to be eternal. Sarah felt something shift inside her chest. "In the 2 hours you held me, you loved me completely. In 9 months I lived in your body, I felt every prayer, every hope, every dream. That love, Mama, that love was my whole life. Perfect, complete, sacred. Emma moved closer, her light growing brighter. I had a choice. I could come and live for many years, experiencing joy and pain, success and failure, all the complexity of human life. Or I could come briefly, experience only pure love, and teach my parents that some souls are too precious for this hard world. I chose love, Mama. I chose to be your angel instead of your burden. Sarah began to understand. Buddha teaches that consciousness chooses its experiences. I chose to be your daughter not for decades, but for the exact time I needed to fill your heart with a love so deep it would change how you see everything. Emma's final words broke Sarah's heart open. Every prayer you said while I grew inside you, every song you sang, every moment you loved me became part of my eternal soul. I am not a life that was cut short. I am a love that was completed. Now you know what pure love feels like. Now you can recognize it when you see it in others. Now you can give it without fear because you've learned that love is never really lost. Sarah woke from that dream transformed. She understood for the first time that Emma hadn't been taken from her. Emma had been given to her, a gift of 9 months of perfect pregnancy, 2 hours of complete love, countless dreams of eternal connection. Sarah began volunteering at the hospital, holding babies in the NICU whose parents couldn't be there. She started a support group for mothers who had lost children. She trained as a grief counselor. Every baby she held with Emma's love. Every mother she comforted with Emma's wisdom. Michael noticed the change. "You're different," he said one evening. "You're luminous," Sarah smiled. Emma taught me something. She taught me that some souls come to earth not to live, but to love. Not to take, but to give. Not to stay, but to transform. 2 years later, Sarah became pregnant again. This time, instead of fear, she felt gratitude. "Dear Buddha," she prayed, "if this soul chooses to stay, I will love them with all the love Emma taught me. If this soul chooses to go, I will trust their wisdom and honor their gift." Her son James was born healthy and is now 3 years old. But Sarah knows something most mothers don't. She knows that James chose to stay because Emma prepared the way. Emma softened her heart, deepened her capacity for love, taught her that motherhood isn't about possession. It's about service. Every night, Sarah still dreams of Emma sometimes. But now the dreams aren't visits from the departed. They're conversations between souls who understand that love is the only thing that's real. The Buddha taught that attachment causes suffering, but Emma taught Sarah the difference between attachment and love. Attachment says, "I need you to stay." Love says, "I'm grateful you came." Attachment says, "This shouldn't have happened." Love says, "This is exactly what was meant to be." Attachment asks, "Why me?" Love asks, "How can I serve?" Sarah learned that some children come to live, some come to love, some come to teach. Emma came to do all three in the brief time between conception and birth, between the first heartbeat and the last. If you're watching this and you've lost a child, a parent, a love that left too soon, remember Emma's message. Their time with you wasn't cut short. It was perfectly timed. Their love wasn't incomplete. It was concentrated. Their purpose wasn't unfulfilled. It was accomplished in ways you may not yet understand. Every soul chooses its journey. Some choose long lives of gradual learning. Some choose brief lives of intense love. Both are sacred. Both are perfect. Both are exactly what Buddha intended. The question isn't why they left. The question is how their love continues to live through you. How their brief presence expanded your capacity for compassion. How their memory helps you love others more deeply. Sarah knows that Emma didn't die. Emma graduated from the classroom of her mother's womb to the infinite university of pure consciousness. And from there, she continues to teach, to love, to guide her parents toward a deeper understanding of what it means to be human. Share this story with someone who needs to know that love transcends physical presence, that some angels have the shortest flights, but the longest impact, that grief is just love with nowhere to go except deeper into your heart, where it transforms you into someone capable of loving more profoundly than you ever thought possible. Subscribe for more stories that remind us we are all souls on temporary assignments in physical form. Some assignments last decades, some last hours. All are exactly the length they're meant to be. And remember, dear soul, Buddha taught that consciousness is eternal, indestructible, always connected to everything it has ever loved. Emma's body returned to earth, but Emma's love lives forever in every heart she touched, every dream she visits, every life she continues to transform. Death is not the opposite of life. It's the completion of one chapter in the beginning of the next. Your loved ones aren't gone. They're just reading ahead in the story you're all writing together. And sometimes, if you're very quiet, very still, very open, you can hear them whispering the next lines in your dreams.